Hello everyone, Deb Floros for artbeads.com. I am going to make some easy leather bracelets with cord ends, and we're going to do something really special as a little twist. So I've got some rhinestone cup chain, and I've got a couple different kinds of leather. I've got some kind of regular round leather, and then I've got some braided leather as well. We're going to do 3 different designs, and we're going to use crimp ends. And I love this 2-color leather. It's so beautiful. I think that we can do all kinds of fun things with leather and crimp ends and large hole beads. And that rhinestone cup chain is going to be fun to use. So you're going to need a ruler, some E6000, a nice pair of scissors, and you'll want to make sure that you measure out the length of the bracelet with the crimp ends that you're going to use, knowing that your leather is going to go into those crimp ends. Now, the first one we're going to do is with the round leather, and we're going to use those crimp ends that have an actual crimpable end, and they are JBB antique silver plated pewter end caps. You can see the leather through them once you put them through. You can use some paint or a pen or something to color the ends if you don't want to see them. So you'll attach them to either end of your length, and all we're going to do with this one is just attach a simple charm. And I'm using a large jump ring, which I tested to make sure that it does not come off either end of the bracelet. And all we're going to do is add a lobster claw and close that up later. Now for this next one, I'm going to use that 2-tone leather cord. It's 4mm, it's brown and black braided. And I'm going to take these amazing JBB 4mm antique silver plated brass tube swivel end cap. And I'm going to embellish it with cup chain. I know that sounds crazy because these findings are beautiful without any embellishment. And I think that they're fantastic because they are swivel end, so you don't have to be mindful of how they glue on. But I'm cutting 2 lengths of this cup chain, which has rhinestones. It's absolutely beautiful, and we're just going to bling up those caps. Now, that leather could be considered a little bit masculine. I think this makes this a more feminine piece, or maybe it gives it a feminine touch that you're looking for. So I add it to both ends. Super fun. I'm going to let it dry. I use the E6000 to do it. Now we're going to use these others with the white braided cord. Now this is a 4mm brass rope swivel crimp end, and it is JBB and also lovely in and of itself. I know some of you might think, oh my gosh, why would you embellish that? But I've got this other cup chain that is antique brass. Both cup chains are 2mm, and you only need one piece to go around that center of your end cap. And I keep saying that these are crimp ends. The second 2 I would not consider crimp ends because I would use them for gluing in your leather. The first bracelet definitely had a crimpable end. So I'm putting on with that E6000 one little round of rhinestone cup chain, makes those a little bit more fancy. And then I let them dry. So now I'm going to grab some large hole JBB antique silver plated squiggle barrel beads. I'm testing them out on the leather to make sure they fit. And then I'm going to put on the first cap on my braided leather. And I'm going to push that in, hold it tight for a little bit, and then I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to work on my second one while I let that other one dry. And those are going to sit for a bit. Then I'm going to measure again, just to be certain, and use my nice scissors to get a really good flush cut for the end of my bracelet to add that second one. Now you could add 1 of those barrel beads or 3 like I did, or you could leave the bracelet simple without any beads. Then once the other end is dry, I'm going to add the second cap, and you don't need to be mindful of how you orient them because they are swivel, which makes them so incredibly functional. So now gluing on my second one, and then you're just going to add lobster claws to this, and you can attach directly to the finding. You can make these fun bracelets and find everything you need to do this at artbeads.com. Thank you so much for watching.